The two-time World's Strongest Man winner Tom Stoltman returns to competition at the Arnold Strongman Classic at the beginning of March. And the real question is, how do we think he can do? Auntie Liz, lots and lots of talk about the Stoltmans in general, but particularly Tom Stoltman online. He's had some time off after winning that second World's Strongest Man title. Yeah. If we look at his current training, or the training videos that they have put out, right now you wouldn't say he's looking ready to win this title. But this is Tom Stoltman we're talking about, a freak of nature, the two-time winner of World's Strongest Man. And in my opinion, much better events for Tom at this year's Arnold Strongman Classic as opposed to last year when the squat was in there and he didn't perform maybe as well as some people expected.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion online and obviously everyone has a different opinion. A lot of Tom's fans saying if he wants it, if he focuses on it, he can take it and he can win. A lot of other people saying no, this doesn't suit him as well as the World's Strongest Man. And like you said, people watching the training, seeing him fail. I think it was a 340 deadlift in training.
340 frame carry, I saw him fail.
Oh, okay.
Was, you know, his training hasn't looked great. And obviously, you know, the big issue with Tom is his head. I think that's true. And I think Tom needs a really good start to most competitions, but particularly to something like the Arnold's where, you know, he really thrives on the World's Strongest Man format, having that longer format competition. World's Strongest Man has always suited the big guys anyway. That's not a new thing. That was the case when Brian and Zadrunas were really dominating the competition. I think with the Wheel of Pain being the first event this year, something that Tom can really thrive in, I think we're going to see quite a different competition to last year. But yeah, like you say, you know, he's not looking ready right now. But like you also say, people like Tom can get strong very quickly. Well, I can only go on my own personal experience of being an athlete. But when you have reasonably good genetics and you've been at a certain level, it's not that hard to get back to that level quite quickly. And Tom has ridiculous genetics, so he just needs one good session. Suddenly his head and mindset changes and Tom is suddenly a threat again. I mean, rightly so. Watching the current videos, I think right now Luke beats Tom. If you look at if they were to compete today, but they don't compete today. They compete beginning of March, and Tom has proven now that he's very good at getting ready for big competitions. Second at the Rogue Invitational, he's won the last two World's Strongest Man competitions back to back. He's a phenomenal athlete and he's improved in events that we kind of saw as weaknesses over the last few years. And as I say, if he does get himself in shape, I think these events this year suit him more than last year.
So let's have a look at the events then, what he's going to be up against and how we think he can do in each event.
So event number one, the Wheel of Pain. Now we've seen Tom do this before at the Rogue Invitational 2021 where he won this event. He's also won a similar event at World's Strongest Man, the Titans Turntable, and in that he actually won by quite a margin as well. So
it was a comfortable win.
Very, very good opening event for him. He's a big man, he's got endurance, you know, and he's got experience on this kit. And we know with Tom, when he has experience, he has confidence.
Yes, and having confidence, going into that first event confident, doing well in that first event really sets the scene for the rest of the competition for Tom, I feel.
Yeah, I think for Tom to do well, he has to have a good performance there, but I can't really see him having a bad event. I think a bad performance from Tom on this is Tom third.
Yeah.
You know, you look at other athletes. I mean, Trey Mitchell was good at the Titans Turntable at Worlds. Mateusz is very good at this. I think Mitch Hooper will be good at this, but Tom is going to be a threat.
Event number two then is the Austrian Oak, where the athletes will be lifting either the 175 or the 195 kilo Austrian Oak. No number of reps of the lighter log will beat one rep.
Yeah, so one rep on the 195 automatically beats however many reps someone does on the 175.
Yes, so if you can do the 195, that's the way you're going to want to go. Now, Tom's best log in competition is 191 kilos, which was from last year's Arnold's where they did the max log. He has done well for reps in recent years, winning the log ladder at the World's Strongest Man. He tied for first place with Luke Stoltman and the Giants Live World Tour Finals in 2021. And he
he's just done well overhead in general. Like last year's World's Strongest Man, he was second place on the Flintstone lift. Last year's Britain's Strongest Man, he won the axle press.
His overhead is something that's improved a lot
It has.
over the last couple of years,
Yeah.
definitely. And we've seen him do more than 191 in training as well.
Yes, so we know it's there. It's going to be tough. I mean, the log lifters that you've got in this competition, Bobby Thompson, Trey Mitchell, Luke Stoltman, obviously. Mateusz Kieliszkowski has won this event before doing 2 reps on the 195, but obviously that was pre-tricep injury. So he's going to have some really, really tough competition on this event.
I think for Tom, this is an important one that he gets a rep on the heavy log.
I think so
He doesn't need to win the event, but I think getting a rep will secure him good points.
Yeah.
I think the likes of Trey, the likes of Luke, the likes of Bobby Thompson, they will be very hard to beat on this event. But if Tom can get himself slot into 4th or 5th place, he'll be happy with that. So the elephant bar deadlift is next, and again he has experience of this, coming second on this event at the Rogue Invitational. However, I will say at that competition it seemed everyone's lifts were down other than JF Caron, who won with a very easy 420 kilos.
Yeah.
When we compare the lifts at the Arnold, normally athletes are lifting a lot more. I mean, the world record is up around 474 kilos, is it?
I think it's 76, yeah. But
by Thor.
Yeah.
And we've got some big deadlifters
Yes.
in the likes of Mitch Hooper's in this competition. We've got Pavlo Nekonechny, who is just looking phenomenal on the deadlift. Bobby Thompson's deadlift's looking good.
Trey Mitchell.
So much stronger opposition to go against. However, Tom has made huge progress on the deadlift in the last couple of years. And when you look at deadlift performances, he's done very well. The one thing I am concerned with is that he looks like he's struggling with his deadlift in training right now. I don't know if it's a back issue or just taking time to get that strength back or a mental issue, but there seems to be something not quite firing on the deadlift. If he can get back to his best, he should be able to score decent points, but by no guarantee does he go and get top 3 on this event with the amount of the incredibly strong deadlifters we have in this contest.
I am sure I will butcher this. The Unspunnen stone?
It's new, which is exciting because we don't know kind of what people will do. When you look at the training of athletes, they're all coming up with different ways to throw the stone.
Yeah.
When you look at Tom's physique, he is built well for throwing, whether it's throwing for height, throwing for distance. That height that he has, those long levers, should be an advantage.
Yeah, on paper, this should be a good event for Tom, but we do know from, track records, sometimes Tom doesn't adapt very well to new events either, and it can get in his head a little bit. But who knows? Who knows what could happen?
This is an event that's just so hard to kind of understand. We have very little information to go off. I'm just trying to make educated guesses based on looking at the athletes.
Yeah, the way they're built.
You would think Tom, he's got height.
Yeah,
he's got power. So
yeah,
ideally, he's got all the traits to be good at it, but it's an event where mistakes can happen. He's not confident on this type of event, having not done it before in competition. Maybe one of the athletes will come up with like a random way that's just more effective. We see that sometimes. And
interestingly, the athletes, they do get 3 attempts at this, and then they get to go by the furthest distance thrown. So it does.
It's
leave
like
some
a
room for
traditional
mistakes
throwing event.
Yeah,
they'll take their best throw.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the event, I think, that really secures the win for
I think so too.
Whomever is the winner.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those events that could really throw the competition upside down.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I know there's been a bit of criticism online, but honestly, I love it. I can't wait to see the guys throwing big stones.
What will be interesting is the kind of approach that they take.
Yes, that's what interests me.
I've seen a lot of people training it. They're using sandbags, stones, trying to mimic what they'll be using. Some of them are putting it on their head, some of them are holding it at their chest, some of them are holding them pressed out.
You know what's going to be a real sight and really scary? Wide Pavlo, stone against overhead, charging down this course.
We'll talk about White Pavlo another day, but we are focusing on Tom Stoltman today.
Sorry.
I think Tom can do well on this.
I think so too.
There's no reason why he can't perform well and get big points on the Unspunnen stone.
Ooh.
Okay, final event is the timber carry up the ramp. an event that has notoriously proven very difficult for many, many athletes. If we look at last year's results, we only had 2 athletes finishing in Martins Lissis and Maxime Boudreau. This year, we have the likes of Mitch Hooper competing, Kiliashkovsky, who I believe he's got the world record on this event, and Pavlo Nekonechny, he's very good at farmer's walk and lifting type, moving type events. So there is more high caliber opposition once again. But saying that, Tom did okay on this last year.
Tom was okay. He came 4th, so he did 7.98 metres of the 11-metre course. Obviously, you need to finish it, because I do think more guys are going to finish the run this year.
I would expect so. I think we'll see more athletes finish. And again, this is something he's not particularly looking all that good on in training currently.
It's hard as well, because grip is one of those things you don't tend to see massive improvements.
Do you know what though? I don't even think it's his grip right now.
No.
It looks to be more his back that's causing him more issues. He has had grip issues in the past, and a lot of it has come down to sort of mental strength rather than physical. And then we've seen those performances where he's suddenly done a lot better on these type of events. So again, with Tom, it's what Tom turns up. If Tom believes in himself, if he's focused, he can almost be unbeatable. It comes down to day of the competition, who's going to put that pressure on him? Is someone like Kiliashkovsky, who looks in really good form right now, going to be able to apply that pressure? Or Mitch Hooper going to be able to apply that pressure? If Tom is focused, I really believe these are a great group of events for him.
I do too.
5 events, no obvious weakness. Could be the year for Tom Stoltman to win the Arnold Strongman Classic.
Answer the question though, Leslie. Do you think he can win?
Yes, I do. I genuinely believe he can. Tom, and this is even with watching his training recently. Let's say I watched his training. Let's say that training was 2 weeks ago. So that was 6 weeks out from the competition. I believe Tom can get stupidly strong in 4 weeks. So it's just going to take 1 week of confidence for him. Suddenly it'll click. Having that long time off, I don't believe is beneficial for top level athletes. But there are certain athletes out there that just have this ability to get strong quickly. Tom is one of them. And I think come competition day, I think Tom and Luke, with what's gone in the past, won't turn up just to make up numbers anymore.
No, they don't.
They are going to go there to perform, compete, aim to win. And also, we're talking about the Arnold Strongman Classic, not just some random competition.
No,
this is
a huge deal.
Other than World's Strongest Man, probably the biggest competition there is. If Tom Stoltman can win this, he's a 2-time World's Strongest Man winner and an Arnold Classic winner. He starts building that legacy even more that they are so keen to leave behind. So this is a big competition. Tom needs to come in shape. And yes, I do believe he's going to be one of the guys fighting for this title.
So as always, guys, we value your thoughts and opinions. Do you think Tom Stoltman can win the Arnold Strongman Classic this year? Is your opinion based off of the recent training videos? Is it based off the events? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of our videos leading up to the 2023 Arnold Strongman Classic.